I hope they stop. You hope? Don't advertise.
You don't want them to advertise?
No.
What do you mean?
If somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go f yourself.
But
go f yourself. Is that clear? I hope it is. Hey, Bob, if you're in the audience.
well, let me ask you then.
That's how I feel.
You just give me another chance
And $180 million.
I can make this.
A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
Feel, don't think.
Fear is my ally.
The Force will be with you.
We are encouraged to love. Be mindful of your thoughts.
I will not betray the Republic.
Hey, Your Worship, I'm only trying to help.
Scruffy-looking nerf herder!
I'm not afraid.
You must unlearn what you have learned. In keeping with the trusty adage, starve a cold, disgust a fever.
So, I know you're all intrigued about the scoop Cameron had from Sparrow, and I'm sorry that the live stream got stopped, but I got a call from a campaign wanting donations and it froze the screen. So you're going to have to get watch this instead. Anyway, Palace Coup at the Magic Kingdom. Story about how Bob Iger basically kicked Bob Chapek to the curb. Where did it come from? Who's behind it? Well, there's some people out there that think it's actually Dana Walden. I think it could even be Alan Bergman. I think it could be other people I'm not going to name until towards the end of this. Suffice it to say that when I tell you who is bragging about this, the buzz is everywhere, and she smears both Iger, the boss, and the former boss, Bob Chapek, in such a delightful manner. She could have just been interviewed off the record. Obviously, something's missing in the story that should have been more prominent. We'll talk about that too. When I heard this, I was like, the ovaries on this woman. I mean, she basically, Christine McCarthy got fired, Susan Arnold got kicked out, and because Iger didn't trust her or McCarthy. Can't really blame him for that, even though they fought for him. So who is behind it? Who is bragging, according to the buzz, about getting the article published and saying she's going to burn the whole place down? Kathleen Kennedy. You got that right. Now, did she do it? Well, it's a little more, I would say, complicated than I would think somebody of her limited intelligence and subtlety could manage. But she might have talked to the reporters. Therefore, she's putting it out there, saying she did it. Problem is that if she wasn't the instigator, she incriminated herself. And if anybody thinks Bob Iger is going to sit back and take this shit, okay, so what I want you guys to do, because dumbass did this, she's a dumbass, what I want you to do is get ready to watch a smear campaign on her coming out. All right, and it's the next couple of weeks are gonna be very interesting because we're in mid-September now, almost, and we'll see what happens. because this may be even more intense than we've even thought, and she might be taking responsibility for something that she didn't do and other people at Disney didn't do. Either way, when Bob Iger hears about this, he's not going to be happy. But I also think he probably knew something was up. And once he gets all the instigators lined up, he's going to start throwing bombs.
How embarrassing for you. I left you a message not to come. I'm passing on The Godfather.
Yes, it's true. This man has no dick.
It's in keeping with the trusty adage, starve a cold, disgust a fever.
So, what's going on here? What's the deal? Well, apparently, this dim bulb here, the buzz is she's telling people she has one behind the New York Times hit piece. I can't imagine the lack of awareness of what she's doing unless she thinks she can take down Iger as she goes down. Okay, or she thinks she's part of a cabal to take down Iger. And it's like, you know, the people that are being mentioned, Dana Walden in this fiasco, this is my advice. Never overestimate anybody. Never underestimate anybody. When something like this goes on, if someone's name gets flaunted out there, it's going to make the boss look around. But I also think Bob Iger knows. Like, here's the deal. The details about Bob Chapek, the fact that they treated him worse than the crew of the USS Kane and Captain Queeg. Right, and I got another one. Because that's what they did to him. They treated him worse than Humphrey Bogart's character in the movie The Kane Mutiny. Now, here's another thing. Nelson Peltz resigned as the chairman of the board of the Wendy's Corporation Friday, but it was reported Saturday. The next day, the story comes out. Here's where I'm going to drop a theory I have. Story comes out the next day. Who's Nelson Peltz friends with? Bob Chapek. Who else is he friends with? Ike Perlmutter. Two guys that got screwed over by Bob Iger. What in the world is going on here? I always think of guys like this saying they don't give up. They wait for a better moment. With Disney closing under $90 again, 88 something today. And, you know, they had a pretty good box office summer, and Iger can't complain. If he's not, look, Bob Iger did not survive at the Walt Disney Company for 30 some odd years without being able to see shit coming down. Now, is it Dana Walden? I don't think she's smart enough to figure it out. I don't think she's good at her job. The fact that she's a buddy of Kamala Harris, and maybe, you know, people are worried that she's trying to push her way into the CEO's job in case Harris wins, so then they could have a friend of the president. Or, you know, if Trump gets in, you know, protect the company. I don't know what the fuck. Bob Iger probably saw that coming. He's not stupid, okay? Did he see Kennedy doing this? He knows Kathleen Kennedy well enough to know she's dumb as a box of rocks. I would say he gave Dana Walden a chance, but in my opinion, she has turned herself into if she is behind this whisper campaign and this story, she's done. He knows it. He probably knew it before it came out. So on the outside, with Nelson Peltz leaving Wendy's, what are the odds somebody like Elon Musk put this story out there? Because if Peltz knows Chapek, Elon knows Chapek. If Elon knows Chapek, he knows Perlmutter. They know this stuff. This is their story. I'm just putting it out there that Elon Musk might be the guy behind it. Kathleen Kennedy's hilariously taking some responsibility for it. Elon Musk gets to the people he hates most, fighting Kathleen Kennedy and Bob Iger. You know, I can't think of a better revenge than this. And it is the perfect Machiavellian fuck you to both of them. Okay, now, do I think this is real? I don't know. It's a theory of mine. I'm not going to turn it into headcanon. But it's just something out there that I thought you guys should think about. While Kathleen Kennedy is out there telling her friends that she's the one who planted the article. And if you don't think Bob Iger's going to do something about this, watch. This is Steph signing out. I'll see you around the galaxy.